Good day, my leaders, and welcome to the Early Childhood Education Directors Network. And I'm Miss Regina. And I can't tell you how excited, well, you can tell how excited I am about just giving us the opportunity to collaborate with each other on a continuous and regular basis. Let's get into it. What is the Early Childhood Education Directors Network? Well, we are a consulting agency for early childhood leaders, and we do trainings and consultings, and we help people open early learning programs. But our main goal and what our mission is to preventable crises in programs. And so that's the problems we came to solve for you. Why would you call us? What are you calling me about? Or you're calling me to ask me questions. You're calling me to get to know what the next steps is after this has occurred in your program. You're called to talk to me about ways to prevent problems and crises and build your community culture and help with all of those HR issues that a lot of, independent early child care programs might have. I come across leaders and they are amazing. They have the heart, they have the drive. They are here to serve their communities. But, business can sometimes get in the way of that mission because we have to handle the human resources part of it, the onboarding, the hiring, the training of the staff, building the community culture, all of those things and more HR functions, of course. But what we are going to do together is to work on preventable issues. I'm going to bring issues to you each week. We're going to talk about those. We've already selected 52 of them, and whatever ones you bring into our fold for this year, we'll just keep adding to it until we saturate and we come into our own strength of preventing these issues. I will want your spidey senses to go off and say, that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to do this. We're supposed to do that. And where it becomes innate in our subconscious mind. So just a little bit of that's our overview of business. That's what we do. And now just about me. I am Miss Regina. I am also referred to as Reggie Lou. And hopefully, we will get to see Reggie Lou. She is my alter ego. All of us need one. We all know, people can push you there. And so you have to have that alter ego. And so we're going to have some fun with Reggie Lou when she decides to appear. And then, so what's the values of our organization? The values of our organization really surround creating a community culture that supports preventing issues and problems from turning into crises in programs. Our industry is under a huge transition. We've had trouble in the past with, hiring teachers and training teachers, but in these days, we need that extra support on how to communicate, how to grow a culture, how to do cross-generational things, about compensation. You had teachers in your program that's been there for 10, 15, sometimes 20 years, and they're not getting compensated as much as someone with barely any experience coming in on the job. So those types of issues, and I'm sure if you're working in the industry, you know exactly what I'm referring to. So the values that we would like to make sure that we instill is that we care and that we love. And, that's my motto as well. I love leaders so that they can lead with love, because our leaders, who's loving on the leaders? Who's loving on you? Who's bringing you things? Who's catching you when you fall? Where is your protective circle of influence where you can retrieve information quickly and retrieve help quickly? Here in Georgia, we're in relationship with each other all the time, with corporate companies, with our independent programs and our affiliates. We have a wonderful, wonderful network of early childcare affiliates and providers. But just because you're not in Georgia doesn't mean that I can't reach you, because you never know who I know. And we're going to introduce some of those people that I know across the United States and abroad as well. So I won't get into the services that we offer in terms of pricing and things like that, because that's not even an issue right now. The issue is that we want to get into a community with each other. We want to make sure that your questions can be answered. We want to make sure that if anything is going wrong, I know there's lawyers and I know, but let me tell you something, they don't know our business. They know their business, and you need someone on your team that knows this business and that can support them in talking about things to protect you and to keep you safe. If you have questions about a decision, when your spidey senses go off, you're like, should we really have overnight care or something even simple? Well, we can talk that through. We can say, well, this is this, so you can make the decision, the best decision about your program. And I can give examples about clients and our calls with each other, but we will definitely explore those later. What else can I tell you? So, our mission is to love leaders so they can lead with love, so that we alleviate crises, because 99.9% of the time in every center, it's going to be lovely. You're not going to have any problems. The children are going to be fine. The teachers are going to be fine. Parents are going to come in. It's going to be wonderful. It's that point one. It's that thing we need to be proactive and lead toward, and be mindful of that at all times. Do I want us to think about bad things and sad stuff all the time? I do not. But as a leader, that's our job. We are not in it for the smiles and the cookies and hugs and gift certificates. We're in it to make sure that children are safe, that teachers are fulfilling the mission of the organization, and that we are educating our youngest, most vulnerable learners. So let's get to that. What else can I tell you? Oh, most of my clientele, like we talk about that, like corporate companies and independent programs, and we also help transition people who are coming in from out of state. I'm like, I might be from New York. If I have another New York person come down here to Georgia, so come on, keep coming. We're always open to Georgia. But we help people coming in from out of state transition in, and we teach that 40-hour directors training. Georgia has a required training, and it's called a 40-hour directors training. And since I started this business in 2014, I've literally had 750, actually pretty close to 800 participants in my class that I've given certificates. They spend 40 hours with me. Can you imagine? You're probably tired right now after 10 minutes, but they spend 40 hours with me. And so if you're here, you know how I feel, and I'm looking forward to you joining our school. The school is amazing. I'm enjoying it more and more as I get to know it. And as the portfolio grows, our business will grow, and we'll provide more opportunities for you to learn and for us to grow together. There are our methodology. How do we think? We think about coming into this from an adult social emotional perspective. We have to think about it in terms of, you have crises, and then you have social emotional, and then you have like, what, the law, social emotional, how does all this mix together? And that's our work, is to help leaders make that transition. We have a lot of leaders that come in from being a teacher into becoming a leader, and how do they navigate those waters? How do they figure out how to be in the same program that they were a teacher and then coming into leadership? What are the things that we need to do? We have our policies and procedures, and we know what to do, but how to do it. I talk to leaders and they're like, I know, but do you know how? And do you know how to take action and implement that? But that's the work that we've come to do. So that's our, we really don't call anyone clients, we call them our partners, and we are collaborative partners in doing the work that we were all called to do. And so that's what makes it a beautiful partnership. And, long term, it can't be this snap in and out, because it's continuous. And we will go over all of the ins and outs as we begin our journey, but I just wanted to come in and tell you a little bit about me, and tell you a little bit about the program. And all the resume stuff, we'll put that up in there so you can go ahead and make sure, vet me, and all of those good things. But I am super excited to offer this professional community specifically for early childhood leaders. Of course, parents and teachers are welcome, because all of us need to learn these procedures and these policies and strategies and tips to keep all the children safe, but specifically our leaders. Like I did not say earlier, how I came into opening the Early Childhood Education Directors Network is because, we go to conferences as leaders. Well, we were going to conferences, but we are going back into conferences as leaders, and we would sit around a table and talk about issues that are going on in our program, and we just didn't have one place that we could go to do that. And so people just start calling me. You see, I'm a talker and I'm a chatter. So I have freely give information, because what's good for one will increase all of us. It's not just me, it's us. We are a team. And I was like, these pronouns and everything, I was like, I'm us and they. I don't know the other ones. It's us and they. So that's how I feel. And I want to help build that resilience in our leadership, so that we can navigate these waters and create a culture within the organizations to keep teachers safe, to welcome new teachers into programs, and to create that stability that children need, that continuity of care. And that's the work that we've come to do. So come on into the school. I see you're already in, because you're seeing this. Join. We have a limited time that it's going to be free, but we want to welcome everyone that we can. Tell your friends to come in. Other groups are welcome. And we will see you in the ECEDN school. Thank you.